You are now tuning in to the Evolution Daily Podcast. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 82 of the Evolution Daily Podcast. This is going to be a very special episode for you guys. I am going to be talking about the laws of success. I went on a maniacal rant to a mentorship student yesterday, and I love the guy to death, but he just doesn't get it. And I think these guys just don't get how difficult the world is. They just don't get it. This is your little fucking friends that you live with in North Carolina and your dumb little friends in Dallas. They don't care about you. Your parents just want you to have a kid and carry on the name. They don't care if you're successful. Your boss really doesn't give a shit as long as you show up to work and just do what's told of you. He doesn't care if you're successful. So you kind of have this image in your head your whole life, maybe even stemming from teachers, that people care, right? Teachers kind of pretended to care a lot of times. I know you were very traumatized from schooling and whatever. We can get into that maybe, but I had a lot of teachers that pretended to care, right? And I actually even had, one of the best things I ever had happen to me? It was amazing. I used to want to be a writer, right? I've told you about that. I used to want to be a writer, and my grandma always wanted to be a writer, and now I film myself trying to pick up girls and fuck them, and then I put it on the internet. So things didn't work out the way she wanted them to, but she'll get over it. She'll get over it at fucking Christmas. So one of the best things that ever happened to me was in 6th grade, my friend Adam Prater, he took me to we had this, you guys can look this up, you guys can Google this. We had this dude named Dr. Fangmore, or Faymore.
Teacher?
No, it's a different story. And this guy was a pharmacist, but it turns out that he was peddling Oxycontins and shit illegally, right? So this guy, he was just on oxys, just nodding off daily, and he had this idea that he was going to build a castle in Elyria, Ohio. So you guys can look up Elyria Fangmore Castle. He decided he was going to build a castle. I guess during the construction of the castle, he got arrested for flipping oxys illegally as a pharmacist. So he got arrested mid-construction, and then nobody else wants a castle in Elyria. So nobody was like, let's continue his vision. Let's take this oxy dealer's vision and really manifest it into a full castle. So what you have now on Butternut Ridge in Elyria, Ohio, is you have this half-constructed castle. You go down a road, there's a massive, like a big yellow barrier so no cars can go any further. You take this trail back, and you're just at a half castle. Right?
Okay.
And as a kid, it was the most magical thing I had ever experienced in my life. It was insane. It was just like you're literally walking on this moat. You're almost dying. You're walking across like wood planks and almost falling in and like throwing rocks at whoever else is walking. And we're walking through and we're just hanging out of this castle. We go there at night. We go there during the day. Everyone says it's haunted. So we're going back and forth between this graveyard and this castle. And so I decided I was going to start writing a book about the castle, right? And so in 6th grade, I'm writing the book about the castle, and I've got like 50 pages, dude, like full-on pages. I'm just writing a full-on book, super creative. This is before drugs and alcohol, which then dulled my creativity. And so I'm writing this book about the castle, and Miss Kowalski, who's been kind of a recurring theme of this podcast. I talk a lot about Miss Kowalski. She, this bitch, she sees me writing one day when we're not supposed to be writing. She comes up to my desk as I'm just like fucking licking my lips like, and then Dr. Fangmore got out of jail. He molested all of us at the castle.
Holy shit.
And I'm writing the whole book, right? It's all about me just getting brutally molested and raped. And so that's the whole novel. It was like a kind of a romantic novel, but about, kids and
deep.
Dr. Fangmore and shit. And so I'm writing this whole thing, and Miss Kowalski takes it from me, and I'm devastated. And I go home that day, and I tell my parents about it, and they're like, well, you should, do you want us to call her and try to get it back? And I'm like, nah, I'll handle this bitch. So the next day, Miss Kowalski, you know what she does? She gives me back the whole book with proofreading and lots of notes and ideas for how like I could take the story and make it better.
That's amazing.
I wasn't really getting molested in the story. It was pretty wholesome, right? It could have been like a young adult fiction or something. And so she gave that back to me, and I'll never forget her for that. I've always had a lot of disdain for her because she also did not let us watch 9/11 while it was happening. Most people have a story where they're like, the teacher rolled the TV in and, we watched 9/11 unfolding. Meanwhile, we just have to deal with like anxious Miss Kowalski up there having a panic attack and we don't know why. And then my mom and grandma both worked at the airport. So they come and pick me up and they're like, crying and screaming and shit in the car. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? And they're like, we're under attack. Bombs went off in New York. They sent us all home. All this crazy shit. Because no one knew what was happening yet. And I'm like, And my parents are like, we don't want you to go outside today. I'm like, well, who's going to fucking bomb Eaton Estates? No one's going to bomb Claude. No one's going after Brenda and Claude in Eaton Estates. So Miss Kowalski, I did always feel was on my side when it comes to success. But the truth is that most people aren't. So one of the first principles I want to cover here is I want to talk about the fact that whatever you decide that you're going to succeed at, and I'm sure that you're going to have some good inputs on this, possibly with the album or maybe some other things in your life. With whatever you want to succeed at in life, there's this thing that people do where they watch. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about pickup right now, those topics. People watch, a lot of like Russell Brunson or Grant Cardone or Gary Vee. They'll watch a lot of my content. They'll get into pickup. They're like kind of, they want to get into these things. They want to succeed. And what happens is they get really motivated. People get motivated when they listen to this podcast, right? They hear me talking about Ms. Kowalski proofreading my child molestation book and they get very motivated. So people get motivated, and then what happens is that motivation actually just acts as a drug. Have you ever felt so motivated that you felt like you were on a drug?
It's almost like the motivation to do that is enough without having to actually go after anything or anything. It's like it's enough to just fantasize. Is it Novocaine? I don't know what it is.
It's cocaine. It's like another version of Coke. I've felt this. I mean, luckily I now for many years have been taking so much action in my life, but even during the times where I wasn't, or even while, I've had that where I'm hyped up on coffee and I'm watching Grant Cardone and he's like, I just closed this $384 million fucking thing. And I'm like, I feel like I have the $384 million apartment in fucking Miami. It's like, I kind of have that. You almost get the feeling of having it. And so because you almost have that feeling of having the thing, it actually almost decentivizes you from taking the action to actually get to what it would really feel like to have that thing. It's very similar to porn. It's almost, and I didn't really think of this till right now, it's kind of the exact same thing. You used to just be really horny and then want to go fuck. Like you wanted to go meet girls and have actual sex. Now, like, I don't know. I've had some sex, in the last month where I would have rather just jerked it to like Janice Griffin, grab Janice Griffin having a threesome or something, right? Like that would be better. So the problem is that too much content consumption and not enough action is going to lead to massive stagnation. And the point I really want to drive home with this is that you have to go like really all in on anything to like succeed at it. And I mean like really all in. I'm talking like health, wealth, relationships, friendships, fucking happiness, whatever. No. You got to say like fuck you to 3 of the 4 pillars and be like, this is the pillar right now.
Like achievement, like success.
In this one pillar. So if we're talking like health, wealth, relationships, and happiness, kind of like people have added like the 4th pillar. It kind of used to be just like the 3, health, wealth, and relationships. Dude, sometimes you got to be like, yo, fuck wealth. I'm just not going to go to work this week. You got to be like, fuck health. I'm not going to like maybe get all the best sleep, but I'm going to get really good at cold approach pickup. And I'm going to go really hard at it for a little while. And some of my life might suffer. And then you know what? With business as well. You might have to be like, fuck relationships, fuck my health. I'm going to grind day in and day out. And people don't realize that you have to earn a bit of coasting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You have to earn a little bit of coasting. Now, I'm not saying coasting is ever good, but one of the worst mistakes I ever made in Evolution Daily was creating Thrive Day Game and talking about how you can integrate day game into your life. Because these fucks come to me when I say, what do you, how many approaches you're doing during the daytime, whatever. Oh, well, I follow your advice about, integrating day game into my life. So I just kind of do it here. And I'm like, no, no, bitch. No, you haven't earned it. The first video in Thrive, which is no longer for sale. So if you guys are like, I mean, you can get it inside the mastermind, evolutiondailymastermind.com. That's the only place you can get Thrive, the course I'm talking about. But the first video is called Integration. I'm sorry. No. It's called Immersion as a means to integration. You must go really hard. And you guys are, I get a lot of this. I'm going during the day. I do some approaches here and there, whatever. No. You need to get on a plane. You need to fly to Los Angeles. You need to fly to Miami. You need to fly to Austin. You need to fly to New York. You need to take off 5 days out of work. Use a credit card if you have to. Go into debt if you have to. Go to a city where you have anonymity and you're not fearful of burning down your city. Go somewhere where you have anonymity. Drive 2 hours. If I was going to do this as a newbie, I would drive up to Cleveland. I would drive down to Cincinnati. I would drive over to Pittsburgh. I'd drive to Chicago. Go somewhere where you're not going to have it in your mind that you might burn your city down. Your coworkers could see you. This friend of yours, your family, these things that people have in their head, right? Which even those are completely irrational and bullshit, but that's for another thing. Get those mental barriers out of your way by going to another city and then approach like you've never approach like you're going to die if you don't do 50 approaches a day. I have been killing it with online game. I've been going on basically a new date every single night. But more importantly, my students have been killing it with online game as well. Dominating on Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, all of these platforms. How have they done it? How have I been doing it? With Online Game Decoded. This was formerly known as PST. We decided to clean up the image a little bit. So if you already got PST, you got OGD. And if you don't have Online Game Decoded yet, you need to sign up. A lot of information out there is just kind of telling you what you should do online. What we've done is we've taken it a whole nother step further. Inside Online Game Decoded, you're going to receive over 30 online game breakdowns showing unique openers. So many of you guys send awful openers. I even hear this from girls. Guys are terrible at opening. It's going to give you unique openers. It's going to show you how to stack your conversations in a way where you're always moving towards a final destination, because guys are just rambling on and on. You get a little friend, just having a little conversation. You got to move to the end finish line. Our conversations show you how to do that, ultimately how to close. Again, you're getting over 30 breakdowns as well as 6 modules, including a module on how to craft the perfect profile. Many of you are putting out a billboard for an offer that nobody wants to buy. Online game profiles are your billboard. This is your offer. What are you putting out to the world? And so many of you are getting it wrong. You're spending hours a day and getting no results. Online Game Decoded is going to get you those results. Head over to onlinegamedecoded.com. The link will be down below wherever you're listening to this. Now enjoy the rest of the episode. You have
a real commitment.
Like an insane commitment. And that's why boot camps, that's why, again, I'm not doing like some fucking plug here. I don't give a shit. But that's why we are offering free solutions discovery calls right now where you can discover a lot more about our boot camps and mentorships we have coming up, but whatever. That's why boot camps actually really are so beneficial, is because you're kind of actually doing exactly what I'm telling you to do when you come on a boot camp, but then you're also getting the coaching and the live feedback and the exercises and everything else that is entailed. But it's just like, I think that people are living in this illusion that their life is going to magically change one day. When I was a kid, I used to fantasize about, I would like be sitting in the car with my parents and I'd be looking out the window. I was such a maniacal child. I would be looking out the window, staring into fields and fantasizing about finding like a duffel bag full of money.
That was your fantasy.
It was weird. I think I got it from Hey Arnold, maybe, because they find this like big bag of money in a dumpster. Go ahead.
To bring like a lot of this like together too, like something that I was just thinking about today. I was thinking about like, what would happen if you just like gave your kid like a mansion before they like earned it or knew anything about life. Like, what if you just gave someone the reward or the end goal? Because that's kind of like porn.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a lot of these things we're talking about. It's like getting the thing before you actually get the thing.
Yep. And you watch Gary Vee or something, and you almost feel like you're living the life because you're watching the videos and you're up in his fucking Skyrise office and all of that. And so same with that. Porn, you're like watching porn because you're kind of pretending you're the guy, right? So you're kind of having a lot of times it's like you're kind of pretending you're the one fucking Janice Griffith. This is also why, POV porn is so popular. So the same thing kind of happens, I think, when you watch Grant Cardone. Even when you watch like a really motivational video for me or something, you get really hyped up and it's almost like that's enough for you. That's enough for a lot of guys. And I'm telling you guys, the world is cold. The world is hard. The world is cruel. We're living in a very strange time right now, and things are going to continue to get a bit darker, a bit more competitive, more than they've ever gotten before. We are now living in a highly, highly competitive environment. People are losing their jobs, the markets aren't doing well, and they're probably not really going to do much better. Things aren't really going to get much better anytime quick. And what you find happening is people are on the edge constantly. People are on the edge. There was in Plainsville, Plainsville County, Pennsylvania, like 3 days ago, right? This white trash couple, okay, getting in a big argument with their neighbor across the street. And it was something about snow shoveling and like the excess snow and all this, whatever. In the video, the surveillance, I think it's like a Nest Cam or something. The surveillance video is them screaming at him. It's a wife and a husband, and they're screaming at this guy, pussy motherfucker, you fucking bitch, I'll fuck you up, whatever. Dude stomps into his house, grabs a gun, comes out, blasts them to death. Dead. Then and they're all like laying on the ground. And I know this is dark. They're all laying on the ground, like the husband and wife. And then he comes out with an AR and blasts them on the ground. And then he kills himself. And this is the world we're living in right now. Highly competitive. Everybody's very close to the edge. Everybody's just like one pile of snow in their driveway away from shooting up their entire neighborhood and then themselves. And it ain't going to get any easier. Men get very upset about hypergamy. You ever hear this? I don't know. Like, do you ever like engage in that content?
Hypergamy?
Have you, like, do you know? So hypergamy is essentially the idea that women's natural nature is to, like, regardless of commitment, regardless of love and loyalty, to always try to go to a higher level male. So, hypergamy would manifest in the form of like, a husband kind of not being super alpha and the woman cheating with her like alpha boss at work who's like the single guy with the Ferrari and that kind of thing, right? And the idea that like a lot of these guys are very involved with or bought into the idea that, love isn't real, all these girls are going to cheat on you no matter what. Hypergamy is a very dark kind of concept in a lot of ways. The truth is that there's a lot of women that are not going to cheat on you no matter what. There are extremely loyal women out there, tons of them. And so this is, though, something that women are looking at, especially prior to committing, is who is this dude? What value am I going to get from this guy? Is this guy going to fuck me good? Is this guy charismatic? You guys don't realize that with game, with charisma, with conversation, you're also kind of signaling to them, what's it going to be like if I bring him around my friends? What's it going to be like if the girl, you meet her on a Friday, she already knows there's a party tomorrow night, and you met her and she's like really into you, whatever. She's already kind of like, am I going to invite you to this party or not?
Bro,
Go ahead.
I mean, we were talking about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it blew my mind when I was thinking about how like so many times when I see a guy with a chick, especially like a badass chick, because like, like badass, like hot women, they could be with pretty much anybody.
Athletes.
But like most of the time they're with like a guy that just looks like that perfect match for her. And it's like, I was thinking about this and I'm like, is it really even at some point like her like just deciding that guy, or is it that guy creates the least amount of resistance in her life to her talking to her mom, her talking to her dad, her talking to her friends, her talking to like all these people, like the millions of people that hate that she's going to get on Instagram if she's dating like some scruffy looking dude. It's just like, I was always like, oh, well, women are just trying to date like their exact match. It's like, no, cool ass women are probably willing to date anybody, but it's the rest of their whole life, their family, friends that are like subtly shaming them into this box where now they're like dating a guy that's just like them.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to deal with the bullshit.
Right. It is. It's hard to deal with the bullshit. These girls are incredibly influenced by by their friends, you know. Somebody in the mastermind told me a long time ago, and I remember when he said it, it was really funny. He said, you got to really always watch out for the friends. And it's really crazy. And there's people that are going to listen to this and be like, this is a little fucked up to say, but dude, it's like relationships kind of go better when a girl isn't this super social person.
Interesting.
It's easier and better to date a girl when she's not out at fucking Seesaw on the weekends and hanging out with all these people and always living this like really active social life. Now, a lot of women, they will be living that, and then during the relationship, they'll actually decide to spend a lot more time with you. Women typically, love language is going to be quality time a lot of the times. And so they're going to actually kind of pull back from that very active social life. But I mean, I've seen it time and time again, man, where these girls are just so immersed in club culture and going out so much and party life that it just, whatever the type of drama you want to say, it's always, there's like 10 different types and something's going to come in. Something very dramatic when they're very social. And guys who have dated a lot of girls that are listening to this can totally relate to this. I mean, it's when your girl's going out all the time, it's just going to create problems. She's getting drunk, doesn't text you back till fucking the next day. And then, you know, you see on her Snap location, she was on another side of town. She's like, oh, it's my friend Sydney. I didn't know about your friend Sydney. Like, what? You know, it's just kind of crazy. But back to success, back to what it takes to be successful. You have to go all in on a very extreme level, not on a way where you can just go through the motions. When I was playing football as a kid, my dad used to always yell at me. He'd say, you're going through the motions. Yes, you're getting blocked sometimes. You're doing the thing, but you're not doing it to your like best abilities. He's like, you need to imagine killing this guy. And maybe that's where I get so much of my, you know, like my mindset.
When you wake up.
But truly, it's like, you know, you would do this for anybody that played football. I was a guard, and you would do this thing called a guard pull. And what it was is the tackle on the other side of the line. So it's like you have the center, and then you've got two tackles and two guards. The tackle would actually allow the defender to come across the line to create an illusion that they had somebody back there. It's kind of complicated. But then you would pull back over this way and you'd go get that guy. And you have to imagine killing them. These NFL players are not going up like, okay, I'm here to do the block now. I mean, they are like fucking, they're bashing them. And that is the mentality that you have to have through life. Julius Caesar did not like sit around all day and think like, yeah, I think, you know, let me study up more on how I could conquer all of Rome and become Rome's first dictator and make my son the first ever actual Caesar. I mean, he didn't do that, right? He wasn't like, how can I cross the Rubicon back into Rome and completely conquer it? He was like, just, I'm going to fucking kill everything in my path. And he made that happen, right? And you really have to have that same mindset in life. And people do not have people don't have a killer instinct. And they think that money is just going to come out of nowhere. The guy I talked to yesterday, love this guy. He's not going to take this as a roast. I know he's not. Love him to death. But he was actually talking to me about trying to like manifest more money into his life. And he has like a little, like, he has a business he's kind of trying to do. And I'm like, oh, you think you're going to go read Ask and It Is Given and that money's going to come to you? I'm like, no, bitch. Ask and It Is Given is very, very clear. What?
Oh, no, I didn't mean to interrupt, but what I was going to say is, like, you're one of the few people that I know that actually have, like, a killer instinct. I don't know that many people that have it. Like, I've met a couple people, and anytime I meet somebody who has that, like, they do really well with whatever they're interested in.
Yes.
There's very few people that have, like, killer instinct.
Yeah, there was a guy, I felt the same way. I met this one dude. I should reach out to him and see how he is. I forget his full name, but he went by Elevated Will. He was another pickup coach. And Elevated Will something. He's out in New York. And I remember I would meet a lot of pickup coaches or guys that were really into pickup when I first got when I like started Evolution Daily, but then when I went and met Justin Wayne and worked for Justin Wayne, I would then, like reach out to these New York inner circles and stuff. And I'd go like meet up with all these guys. And I remember just like never meeting anyone that good. Even the guys that would like claim a lot of results and stuff would get in sets, and even if they were okay, they were really weird with me because I was also a coach. So it just turned into like this, I don't know, it's just always weird. And then I met this dude, Elevated Will, and I gamed with him for a while at Meatpacking District. And I was like, oh, this guy's better than me. Oh, fuck. I was like, oh, man, this guy's definitely like a lot better than me. And I remember just gaming with him a lot, and he was better than me. And he like pulled this group of girls over to this restaurant. And I was with Jason, and we decided to go pursue a 2-set that had gone to another bar. I don't remember how the whole night panned out, but I remember being really inspired by him being so much better than me and me being like, damn, all right, like big fish over here in C-Bus, but now I'm out here in the real world meeting these guys. And so I that's something for me as well, is I think that I've always just been really inspired. And don't get me wrong, I'm no Buddha. It probably triggered me a little bit, right? It probably wasn't all just like, yeah, I want to be as good as Will. It probably was like, fuck, like, what am I doing wrong? God damn it. Like, whatever. But I've always been inspired by success. And I've always had this belief in myself that I could kind of get to anyone's level at just about anything. I actually got really upset the other day when I realized that I have now kind of, by getting these tattoos, I've now kind of eliminated myself from the potential of being a successful actor. That really bothered me the other day. I didn't realize it. I'm thinking about getting them removed.
You might need to do like some long sleeve shirt acting.
Yes. Aaron, could you please just go ahead and roll your shirt up for us for this next part? No, I don't think so. I think I'm good. Well, the part requires you to wear a t-shirt. So nah, we're fine. We're good. But so that's another problem as well. And so in Ask and It Is Given, it is very clear. It says the law of attraction is never unjust. For everything that comes to you does so in response to the vibrations that you're offering due to the thoughts that you are thinking. So the vibration that you're offering to the world will be manifested. It'll be created. Now we can talk physical, right? The vibration is almost like an actual physical thing that you're now putting off to the world. And it will always be created by something that maybe is not so physical, which is the thoughts you're thinking. And I get this on such a fucking high level. I just understand the law of attraction on such a deep level now. And so when you're trying to manifest money, well, what's the vibration that you're putting off to the world? Is it that you deserve money? Is that the vibration you're putting off? If it's not, then the universe will not respond. The universe doesn't give you what you want or need. It only gives you what you deserve, and it'll give the vibration back. So to this guy in particular, and I'd love to hear what you have to add to this. To this guy in particular, I said, you're half-assing your business massively. You're not even half-assing. You're 1/10 assing your business. You're trying to manifest money. It will never come because the vibration isn't just about the thought. It's also, then the vibration becomes physical, right? Now, if I believe that I deserve money, if I truly believe it, if I believe that my service I offer is valuable, then how do I create that vibration? Well, if I truly believe it, now I'm going to put that out to the world. I'm going to say I'm Planet Earth Someone Dating Coach. I'm going to shell out videos. I'm going to shell out podcasts. I'm going to fucking tell the world, buy Online Game Decoded. Sign up for the mastermind because I know how valuable it is. So if you're not putting that out there, money's not going to come back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so something I was going to add about the money thing. This is something Teal Swan talks about with money, is she says, like, the amount of money you make is directly proportionate to the amount of, like, value you're giving to the world or problems you're solving, something to that effect. Like you don't even make money if you're just in it for yourself right now, right? Like, people that are making money are people that are willing to contribute, willing to give to others and, like, offer some sort of solution to other people.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I was going to say. And then the other thing is to go back to the Killer Instinct thing a little bit, because I was just thinking about it while you were talking about it.
Yeah.
Was I think because I didn't have Killer Instinct when I was younger. I think more now, like for like my LP and stuff, I definitely do. Or Smash. But like, it's like if I think about where that comes from or where I got it, first of all, I was around guys that had it. But then also, like, you need to be hurt. Like, we call guys whatever we want, like, oh, this guy's a pussy or whatever. But like, sometimes you're just like, you've yet to be hurt. Like, imagine you're just a soft person playing football. Yeah, you're not gonna be good when you start. But like, you need to get tackled. You know what I mean? Like, you need to get knocked around a little bit. Like, you need to get hurt. Like, pain helped me develop Killer Instinct because it helps you understand like the real aspects of the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, you take it really far and then get jaded. That's that's the bad side of that, taking it too far. And then obviously the other side is like getting butthurt and being like, like the people, like that kid in New York who writes poetry for women or whatever the hell, and he's taking pictures of PUAs.
Yeah, and he thinks his intentions are good. And look, here's the thing I just want to say about that too, even just that whole subject, is it's like, dude, I get it, man. I get society's negative perception of pickup. I get it.
No, I do.
And you know why? Because it does attract a lot of fucking weirdos. It really does. There's a lot of guys out here. There's fucking one kid in the free group who was out here like sending these horrific texts to these girls out in California, and I didn't see the text yet, and he's posted in the free group. It was like a year and a half ago. He's like, I'm like gonna kill myself, guys. Everything's going so, whatever. And then I hit him up. I go, dude, let's hop on a call. I'm like, maybe I'm gonna like save this kid's life or something. So I get on a call with him, and he's like, I did nothing wrong. I just approached girls, and now they're coming after me, and da-da-da. And then I like look him up on Twitter because his story's now blowing up, and he is sending, okay, you fat fucking bitch, I didn't want to fucking look at you anyways. You're disgusting. You just, sending
the worst shit.
Just the worst shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it attracts these people, but that's what I love about Evolution Daily. Look at our mastermind, right? There's like no toxicity.
They're amazing guys.
Like, it's just like the summit, right? That wasn't a bunch of like fucking autists just fucking like running around and like, well, I didn't want to fuck all the fucking things. It was like the coolest dudes ever, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying cool as in like the guys that you would perceive as just like popular and awesome. Even guys that are like more quiet and definitely more reserved, we did a very good job of making sure that everybody felt very welcome. Yeah. And I got to really talk to a lot of the guys that otherwise probably would just be a little more standoffish. And I made sure to really do that, not just spend all my time with like the loud, crazy guys that want to like, that are, gonna kill it and everything. I made sure to make everybody feel involved. And so I got to really know a lot of maybe the quieter guys, and they're just great dudes. We don't attract a toxic crowd because we're not toxic. Again, fucking vibration. My thoughts put out a vibration. I get back that vibration. That's just the way it fucking goes. Yeah. So back to pickup. You guys think you deserve a harem, you deserve a girlfriend, you deserve all these things. You actually don't. You just want it and need it, and your actions and your thoughts don't actually put out the vibration that you deserve it. So how do you put it out that you deserve women? Well, you start, first of all, guiding your effort, right? You start guiding your effort towards actually getting better at women. So what does this look like? It looks like doing day game cold approaches. It looks like doing night game cold approaches. It looks like buying a new outfit. It looks like getting a new haircut, getting some professional photos made, buying a course. Dude, like for me, I can't even remember half the shit I've ever learned in business courses. The ones I bought that are digital, like for like $1,000 or $100. But I always remember that when I invested and I bought those courses, I learned like some things, but it put me in a headspace at that time where I was like, I kind of want to like recoup that money, and I want to, like this is me investing in the business. And so it's like, invest into the thing you want. I've gotten very serious about my fitness when I've paid for a trainer. I say to the universe, I deserve this now. I deserve it. And then I fucking get it. Go ahead.
It's like putting money into something is commitment. Mm-hmm. And that's like a lot of times like people don't understand. Like even for me, like any kind of time I've ever gotten a program or anything, it's always been like, putting all that money is a way for me to do something. Mm-hmm. Like there's been programs back in the day, like I dabbled in transformation mastery back in the day, stuff like that. I would like, I would get like the biggest version, like the premium version of it. Cause it's just like, that was how I committed. And then next thing I knew, like the next 3 months, I'm just on there every day posting. It's just like always just committing fully helps you commit.
What's going on, man? I know that you're enjoying this episode of the Evolution Daily podcast. I would like to personally invite you into the Evolution Daily Secret Mastermind. Now, this is my inner circle. This is our tribe. This is our squad. What you get when you sign up for the Evolution Daily Mastermind today is you get access to our weekly group coaching call. I am present on all of these calls. You get your questions answered. I give a sermon. Other guys on this call are dishing out amazing advice. And what we've created here is a community that so many men need. You right now, you're into game. You want to start a business. You want to get jacked, but you're not surrounded by people that are helping you along that journey. Come get help on that journey. We have the most active and incredible secret Facebook group on the entire internet. There are guys in this group. The guys that have flocked to the mastermind are guys that are out taking action. They're winning at life. They post exclusive content. I post exclusive content daily. There is so much for you here in the secret mastermind. Click down below and you'll be able to find out more details, and you can sign up. We offer a monthly program, and then we offer a one-time lifetime membership to the mastermind. I remember being in a car with some pickup guys here in Columbus, and one of the guys had just bought a business course from somebody popular like Russell Brunson, Ty Lopez, something like that. They paid like $297 for it, right? Like $300. And somebody else in the car was roasting them about that. Like, dude, you could have just like torrented that for free. Like everybody just torrents that, whatever the thing was, right? And the kid was explaining, he's like, yeah, but since I paid the money, I'm going to feel more invested into it, whatever. And the other guy just like could not get that through his head. Right. He's like, I'm going to get the same information you are, but I'm going to get it for free. And, this was probably like 6 years ago, and I don't think either of them has a business, at all, really. But either way, definitely not the guy that did it for free, right? They got it for free. So it's very important to invest in yourself. It really is. And that's another thing, too. I see a lot of people paying a lot of attention right now to Bitcoin and to Dogecoin and to GME stock and AMC stock and all of these things. It's one of the biggest things that's kind of like really in the news right now and trending all over the internet and everyone's talking about. $50,000 is the price for a Bitcoin at the moment. About 47K, we'll call it 50. $57,000. If right now I invest $5,000 in a Bitcoin, it is going to take Bitcoin a very long time to get to 100K. It's going to take it a long time. And then what's going to happen? I made $5,000. I made $5,000. $5,000 is a lot of money, but if like the thing is, I see a lot of people that don't even have 5K to invest. They have like maybe like $200, right? And then what they're doing is they're like pretending. And I see these guys, they're posting all over and they're always blurring out their account balance. They're always like making a little marking on their account balance because they're talking about like Dogecoin to the moon and fucking this is going to the moon and Ethereum to the moon, GME to the moon. You're not going to the fucking moon. You're going to the welfare office on Saturday. You're broke. $200 in fucking Dogecoin. Great. You turned it into $1,000. What is that? Your rent? Like, these people need to be investing in something they need to be investing in skills that they will keep forever and that will generate them God knows how much money over time, right? You need to be investing in yourself because everything can be taken from you. These are small increments of money that you're spending 12 hours a day obsessed. And I did it. I was obsessed with Vergecoin. I made like $4,000 off of Vergecoin back in 2017. And then I lost a bunch on Ripple and like whatever. It doesn't matter. But I was doing it. I was like looking at the fucking charts all day. Oh, Verge is moving. Sell. Buy. I was so into it, right? I could have been spending all that time figuring out, how can I sell 10 more boot camps this year? That would have been way more money than the 4K, right? It's like, you have to be investing in yourself, not only, I hope this isn't coming off as some big pitch to like buy Evolution Daily products. It's not. You should, of course, but investing in yourself also with your time. One of the most mind-blowing concepts I heard recently, and it's so profound, is Sam Harris. He says, we view time as our most valuable asset. Time is not our most valuable asset. Focus is our most valuable asset. And I could not resonate with that more. That is like something where I've already been obsessed with my focus, but I've lost a lot of my focus since the election. For me, it goes like this, right? My graph is like, it's like time on cell phone, focus. Right? It's like the more I'm on my cell phone, the more my focus is down. And ever since the election, I've been really addicted to my phone and I'm breaking it now. I'm getting really good. No phone in the morning for about a half hour minimum, going on a walk in the morning, making sure I'm not so invested in that. But the problem is that a lot of guys watching this right now, if they want to start a business, they want to get good at game, they have all the time in the world. They have all the time. So where's the problem? The problem is focus. The problem is focus. You're on Instagram all day. You're not making money on Instagram. You're not getting laid on Instagram. You're looking at GME stocks all day. Dogecoin to the moon all day. You're not doing anything. Doge isn't going to the moon. It's going to crash really hard soon. That's how it's going to go. Doge is a dumb coin. So you guys are wasting time by not having focus in your time. So keys for focus, because focus is success. Focus is success, 100%. You were unfocused on your album for 10 years. You didn't have focus, right? You thought you did. Now you have focus. And now you're banging out what? You have 5 songs done?
5 or 6, yeah.
Right. Look what happens when you start working for Evolution Daily, you move into the compound. You get 5 or 6 songs done. I create focus in this environment. Listen, start your focus in the day. Your first 30 minutes are going to determine your focus throughout the rest of the entire day.
Yeah.
100%. You wake up, and all of you, I'm talking to you right now. You wake up in the morning, and you immediately... you get on GME stock, Dogecoin to the moon, you get on Facebook, you check your stupid email, you pop over to Snapchat, you text some dummy that you want to suck your dick. She ain't going to suck your dick. I'm probably getting my dick sucked tonight, more than likely. Although I will say, I had a coaching call with another guy yesterday, and I said, this girl tonight, I don't think I'm going to try to pull her. I actually don't. There is a part of you that, and this ties into success as well, and then we'll get back to focus, but Justin Wayne taught me this. He said, stay true to your game and never the girl. So kind of the idea there is that you really want to run the same game regardless of the girl. Some guys look at some girls and they're like, oh, she's like this kind of like club, slutty, young thought, so I can run this kind of game, whereas this girl's more classy, so I can run this kind of game. He says always kind of run the same game. I don't fully agree with that. I think he would even agree that there's definitely a lot of nuances to it. Now, the girl I'm going on a date with tonight, 29, super hot, really hot, okay? Really fucking hot girl. And I'll show you this chick, actually, just so you can get like an image. It's not the girl on my background, unfortunately. But this girl is just, and you can even tell by her fucking photos and shit. And then we had a 1 hour talk the other day. She's classy. You just take a look at this broad. She's classy. She's very fit. She's like 29, very professional, right? And, well, not very professional, but she kind of just has that vibe. No, do not message this fucking girl.
No, I'm kidding.
I have a new Bumble match, actually. Nice. And so this girl, I'm just feeling like this might not be the girl that I pull same night, right? A lot of these hoes I've brought back here recently, and I say hoes with the utmost respect. They love they love that. They love that. You know, and they, a lot of these girls I've pulled back. I've slept with 3 new girls in the last 7 days. It's kind of disgusting. I really don't recommend that life for anybody. It's pretty repulsive, honestly. And then, yeah, I've had about 6 dates, I think, in the last week. I've been killing it. But this girl in particular, she's very classy. She's very beautiful. And I really liked her. And I got her blueprint on the phone. I kind of got an idea of like who she is. And I'm not going to say that I'm attached. Obviously, we haven't even met yet. We're meeting tonight. But I think it would do me a disservice to really try to pull her back here. Or if I do pull her back here, I'm going to not fuck. I'm going to try not to fuck, you know? Because a girl like that is going to sometimes have a little bit of, man, we started off on the wrong foot. I did a podcast with a girl. Her podcast was called Thoughts Not Feelings. We did it a while ago. And she was telling me that she waits like a long time now to have sex with guys when they start dating. And she's a really hot chick. And she kind of explained where she goes, it just kind of starts the relationship off on the right foot in a lot of ways. And I was disagreeing with her on the podcast, debating her. But I think that, you know, even with the last girl that we had that really bad breakup in December, there was something that kind of always carried forward in the whole relationship where she wouldn't fuck me until like the 4th or 5th date or something, right? And there was something that just right out the gate made me value her, I think, a lot more. Almost made her seem like this unobtainable resource where I'm getting frustrated during those first 3 dates. I'm like, I'm the guy that pulls same fucking night and whatever. And now I'm taking her out to Hudson 29 and bring her back here. We're making out. She doesn't want to fuck. And I'm like, God damn it. And it's like driving me crazy. Right. So it's almost like she fucking pulled me by being kind of unobtainable.
That's girl game.
Yeah, it's hot girl game. These bitches have great game. Girls have the best game.
Do you think they like sit there and they're like, okay, here's my number? Like they're like 5 days, 5 dates.
I think that every girl has it that they don't want to fuck on the first date. I think that not every girl, but I think most women are going to feel that way. The 3-date thing is pretty common, right? I don't know how conscious girls are of it. I think a lot of times they are willing to just feel it out and see what's up. And then you have other factors as well. Some girls just came off their period. They're bloated. They don't want to have sex. They're on their period. They don't want to have sex. There's like 10 days where a girl doesn't want to fuck because they're bloated from their period or they had their period. So that's science, guys. Just fucking Dr. Aaron Alexander. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to go on this nice date with her. I may invite her back still, but I don't think I'm going to try to take her to the room. I think I want to feel tonight with this girl like I could fuck her and then not. Like I want to put that energy out there. Like I'm really going, like you're going to get fucked, right? But then I want to not do it.
Okay.
And then hit her up for that second date.
Okay.
We'll see though. We'll see. Who knows? We might meet up. There's no vibe at all.
And what does this create?
It creates the, I'm glad you asked because I did a call yesterday with a student that I was so angry I didn't record the whole call. I don't know if you heard me out here. I was yelling to the student at one point. I was like, this is fucking gold. I was like, you're not paying me enough for this. And he's like, I'm writing it down. I was just spewing gold. And I'm not going to spew it here. Someone might be like, oh, spew it. It was ratchet. It was like the real nitty gritty of sexual escalation and women's blueprints and stuff. So I'm going to cover the blueprint thing here for a second, but it was like ratchet, like escalation shit, pole technique. I mean, I cannot put out public and I don't care. So we need to do I want to do an event. We've talked about this, but I want to do an event where it is just gloves off. And we do the fucking metal detector on the way in. We have a metal detector. We do the metal detector on the way in. We have to like confirm where they work. You know, we have to make sure they're not reporters and shit. It's like, technology, metal detector, confirming background, like background check, some crazy shit where it's live and it's only there. You're fucking never going to hear this again. And it is just the gloves off fucking no holding back event.
Aaron Unhinged,
dude. I cannot put out, dude, I'm just such a master at this point, and I hate the world we live in because I can't put it all out.
you can't say certain things.
Oh, I just can't. And some of the shit I was dropping on this student yesterday. Also, your opportunity for that would be to join the mentorship. You can do a one-on-one mentorship with me, and you're going to get these calls as well. And I will have you signing documents that says that you are not allowed to. We have a DocuSign system, and they sign shit now that says that they're not allowed to.
Is that real?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You are not allowed to record me, and if you do, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you, and I'm going to kill your whole fucking family. It says that right in the.
They signed for that.
Yes. It says you consent to your family being decimated, gassed in the house, crawling out.
Wow.
It's really intense. But when it comes to the blueprint, right? So I made one video about this a long time ago. And this is when I had green hair. People are wondering, oh, why is this guy, you're talking about high value and success. Why are you hitting a jewel right now, Aaron? Isn't that like low value? Isn't that coping? Isn't that whatever? In life, there are things that they're popular for a reason, right?
Okay.
They are popular for a reason. And jewels, nicotine in general, not cigarettes. Cigarettes are terrible. I feel bad after a cig. I don't like cigarettes. They smell bad. They just like, ugh. Jewels and nicotine gum are just some of the great pleasures of life. If I know this is going to take 10 years off my life, I don't care. I might do this forever. I might. I love nicotine. I love it. And I don't feel like I'm coping. I'm very happy. Life is great. I can sit with my emotions. I can fucking whatever. I just enjoy nicotine. So if you want to come at me and be like, Aaron, why are you juuling? I'm not going to take your boot camp because you're juuling. Then fuck you. What?
I want to add to it.
What?
Because I think when I
what are you gonna add?
When I first showed up for Evolution Daily, I think like you were you were like smoking a couple cigs at the time. Maybe.
I was vaping.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. Whatever.
You switched from whatever you were doing to nicotine gum for a bit to get off of it.
Yes.
And then once you got over it, you were like, I think I just like the nicotine gum.
Yeah, this is like months off of nicotine. There was a long time where there was no gum, no nothing. I was off for like 8 months or something. and it was around the last time we were in Colombia because I remember, I went probably like 8 months or something. And I just was like, life's better with nicotine.
You're just chewing nicotine gum every day.
Like these things are just, life's better. I'm not even addicted. I don't feel like I need something to cope. I'll cope other ways. I'll go fuck something. I'll jack off, whatever. I love nicotine. So make this a clip. Write that down. Make this a clip. Aaron loves nicotine. That goes on the channel. So back to the PPP, bitches, the potential provider position. Okay, this is a very deep concept. Now, the ginger girl that is fully tattooed with nipple piercings and a belly button piercing and no body fat and a big ass that I fucked the other night. Super hot, beautiful, piercing blue eyes. That girl is, and it's not because of the tattoos and the piercings and everything, it's personality, it's where she's at in life, whatever. I can tell she's not really looking for a guy that she could view as a husband. She's just not. She liked my real fuckboy shit. I was putting out hooks to see if she would bite onto them at the bar. She's biting onto them. I'm getting like physical at the bar. I like move her chair like over like pretty much onto me. We're like fucking hugging. I'm like grabbing on her neck a little bit. This is all at the bar, right? She's not looking for the PPP, the potential provider position. This girl tonight probably is. It does not mean that you need to fall into the word provider, right? It has such a negative connotation in pickup and in Red Pill. You don't want to be a beta provider male. You don't want to whatever. That's true. You do not want to be a provider male. What you want to be is the potential provider position. Can she see you swaddling her baby? Can she see you taking a day off to like lounge on the couch post-birth? She just went through birth. She wants to watch Grey's Anatomy. Can she imagine you making enough money to support this family while she's on maternity leave and swaddling her baby, right? And those things, swaddling her baby.
New program, guys. It's called Swaddle.
Can you swaddle the baby? Ask yourself, can I swaddle the baby? Okay. I mean, for example, like the student that we've had a few times now who we just had again recently, Michael.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Potential provider position. A girl, he is like, he's like on my level with the balance of being able to be into that potential. It's becoming a tongue twister. The PPP and then the fuck boy, right? He's got a great balance of that.
Yeah.
Like he's good at that. Even the guy I talked to yesterday that I dropped all the gold on, real good balance of like women can see him being the father of their children and providing a life for them and being out on a boat for a family Sunday, but then also like raging at a club and fucking the shit out of them, right? It's like you gotta fucking, and so what you have to realize is that women are going to fall on one side or the other, not all the way. They might not be at 0 or 100 on one or the other, but they're going to fall closer to looking for one or the other. Really attracted to the fuck boy that's definitely just going to like kind of ruin their life. That's a common meme now is like, ruin my life. You know, when I see a guy with, they'll say something like, when I see a guy covered in tattoos, ruin my life, that kind of thing. It's a meme. Yeah. And so there's some girls that are looking a little more for ruin my life, and there's other girls that are like, put life inside of me, right? And so you have to kind of look at where does this girl fall? And I had a 1-hour conversation with this girl the other day. If she hears this podcast and finds out that before the date there was like an hour discussion about her, it's going to be fucking funny. I don't give a shit anymore. I tell all these girls about the podcast. What?
No,
I thought you were gonna say something. And so this girl definitely, we had a 1-hour conversation. She for sure falls closer to looking for the PPP. So back to not fucking her this same night. I'm not gonna change much about my personality. Now, I might not be as ratchet in some of the things I say. I might do more alluding to sex versus talking directly about sex, like some little tweaks to personality and subject matter. But again, when it comes to the poll, when it comes to fucking, because she might be looking more for that PPP. Well, girls are going to not always associate like this same night dude that they fucked with that PPP. And so they're going to be less likely to maybe see you again or even want something longer term with you. A lot of it is the guilt and the shame of society. Go ahead.
Is this a vibe that you get based on the girl?
Yes. It's a lot
like
of
you're
it.
like, oh, this girl looks more like a...
So even like I'm talking about, how hot the girl is, and I showed you her a little bit ago, you can see the wholesome vibe already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's wearing like the Nike like running outfit, and she's out by the dam. She's got her cute little like pink fucking Fila's, like all this little like shit. Versus like the girl that's gonna kind of be posting a little more subconsciously saying in her post, fuck me. Yeah. Fuck me. A lot of girls are kind of like, the ass out pic and like the fucking whatever. Right. They're like, it's like a little more of like, fuck me. So that girl even is going to kind of be looking more for that, ruin my life versus put life inside me.
They really do show what they're looking for just on the exterior.
Yes. And now look, here's the thing. I might meet up with her tonight and then again, putting out some hooks, seeing if she's biting onto the hooks. And then I might see like, oh, she puts out that front, but she's a little freak. And that's happened as well. Lots of times where they seem very wholesome and they're putting that on that facade, but really they want to get dicked down, right? So, nothing in game is solid. This is a 2 variable game. This isn't fucking playing, like what's an example of a 1 variable game? Like it's not fucking digging a hole. You dig a hole over here that's 10 foot by 10 foot. It's going to be the same hole over here, over here, over here. You're the variable, right? You can always be that variable of digging the hole. Tic-tac-toe even is 2 variable. So there's things that you can do. You can make the perfect cup of coffee every day, the same exact way over and over again. You're the variable. 2 variable games, such as the game, pickup, it's all dependent upon the girl. You have to grow. You have to adapt. You have to fucking overcome objections. You have to overcome, little deaths in the date, date deaths, little moments of like, this is kind of starting to not go well. How can I pick this up? What can I do here? Oh, let me spike. Let's go for like a real emotional spike. All right. So just be honest with me. How many Bumble dates you been on this week? Oh my God. Why would you ask? I'm just wondering. You can tell me, okay, only probably like 2. You're the second one. Oh, I bet. That's whatever. Fucking pick it back
That's fun.
up. Pick it back up. Let's pick the ball up. The ball is down. It's time to pick it back up, put it back into play. So that was some gold right there. That was really good. And I want to get back to focus for a moment. Did you have something you wanted to add? Or
I just remember we started initially talking about guys that weren't fully committed. You had a particular student in mind, and I just wanted to make sure we wrap that up at some point. Yeah,
for sure. So, I mean, to sum him up in particular, and I yelled at him a lot, I snapped on him. I said, in order for you to manifest more money, you're going to have to start putting it out into the universe that you deserve that. And he is positioning himself as an expert on something, and nothing about his profiles, nothing about his marketing of any kind would present him as an expert in any way, shape, or form. So I said so your thoughts are, you're stuck in the thought phase of manifestation of money, right? You're stuck in the thought phase. I know, like, if I believe it, whatever, but you have to put out the vibration now by acting like you deserve money. Act as if. Yeah.
You know what I thought about earlier that I thought, like, this is the best way to, like, go for what you want?
What?
Behave like a dog. Think of, like, a golden retriever. Or, like, any just dog, really. What do dogs do when they see something they like a person they like? They just run at it and, like, shove their body at it. Like, they don't even, like, know what's going to happen. Like, they're going to hit you and, like, you're going to fall and you're going to tumble and it's not even going to feel good. But they just, like, they don't think about that. They don't think about the pain. They just leap at the thing that they want and that they like. And I think that's what, like, everybody could learn a lesson from with game.
Yeah.
It's like you just, because you're like that. You see, like, the thing you just want, and then you just leap at it. And you're like, I don't care if I get cut. I don't care if I get bruised. I don't care if I fall and tumble. I'm just going more towards what I want. Whereas I see all these other guys that are, like, trying to get good at game or stuff, and they're not even leaping at things because they're like, well, what if I get hurt? What if I this? What if I that? It's like, be like a dog. Be like a happy golden retriever, just tackling the thing you want. And don't worry about what happens afterwards.
Okay, bro. So right now you're at a spot in life where you need direction. You need guidance. You need coaching. I would like to tell you right now that I just reopened my 5-week mentorship program. Oftentimes I will close it for long periods of time because I get so many students on there that it's not really scalable for me to keep it open. But right now, if you're listening to this, then the 5-week Evolution Daily one-on-one mentorship with me is available. We're going to be attacking all areas of your life. We're going to be helping you to get into great shape, how to go out and meet women. I'm going to be holding you accountable, making you do approaches every single week. We're going to have you facing your fears, breaking down traumas, going from a guy that is currently stuck and doesn't know where to go to now being on an incredible direction forward and upward. Again, this is a 5-week mentorship one-on-one with me. You're going to be doing 5 one-hour calls with me, and we're going to be skyrocketing your life to the next level. This is all available over at evolutiondaily.com. You can go ahead and just click the link down below, and you will be able to access the mentorship. Sign up soon because this is going to close again very, very soon. I look forward to working with you on the mentorship. I love that. That's gold. And yeah, it's guys always feel like they need I don't know if you saw it or not, but I did an amazing write-up in the mastermind yesterday just because I was thinking about it and I was like, how can I really break down day game like very easily? So I created just like this write-up. I just called it Day Game Made Simple, and I put it in the mastermind and I broke down like these 5 phases and then all the little nuances of the phase. Okay. And it's a beautiful, like it's so good. It's fucking amazing. evolutiondailymastermind.com. So it's in the mastermind, but you shouldn't need it. You shouldn't need that. Guys do need it. They want it. I gave it to them. But you shouldn't need that. It's lack of trust in thyself. Trust thyself. It's like, I know that if right now we're at the club, we're facing this way, and there's like 5 girls behind me, and you go talk to those 5 girls. I'm just going to walk over there. I don't know what I'm going to say yet. Right. And then you know what I'm going to say, even if I'm blanking? What's up? They're like, hi. I'm like, I just want to see what was up. Hey, not much. Yeah. Oh, what are you drinking here? What's your name? Now I'm in it now, and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if I'm not like I'm ready to die. Conor McGregor gets in the ring and he's ready to die. Khabib gets in the ring and they are ready to die. And they've trained and they've planned and everything, and that's great. But training goes out the window when Mike Tyson hits you in the fucking face. Everything goes out the window. You now are there to survive. And the same thing goes for pickup. I can give you formulas. I can give you these things that you can run and you can do, but there's variables here, and you're going to fall off the formula, and you shouldn't need it. To have this mindset of, if I go in and I fall off the formula or I blank or I don't know what to say, I'm just going to die. And subconsciously, people actually do think that. They really feel like they're going to die. Right. It's death and public speaking. And we could really pretty much say that a cold approach is around the same as public speaking when it comes to fear for a lot of people. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, but it is. And it's tension. It's tension of being in the set. It's the tension. People are not afraid of failure. Nobody is actually afraid of getting rejected. They all think they are. They're not. You're afraid of the tension. You're afraid of feeling like she thinks you're weird. I'm feeling like this is weird. There's somebody over here in the aisle now, whatever. We have one infield that we put out a long time ago that people were like hitting me up about because they were saying it was so funny. I'm gaming some girl, and I think we were at it doesn't matter where we were, but we were at a store. And the aisle is just packed. It's just like there's a couple next to us, and you can kind of keep seeing, like, because you're there with the cam, you can keep seeing like people like looking over at me and the girl.
I think I know which one, like automatically.
People trying to get around us, and I just am in it, and I'm just laser focused on her. I don't give a fuck about all these people, because guess what? All those people in the aisle, how much money have they given me this week? Oh, $0. How many of them have sucked my dick this week? Oh, 0. How many of them are going to be there for me when I have a tough time and I need to call a friend? Oh, none of them? Then they can die and I don't care. Die in a car accident after this infield is shot and I won't care. And I know that sounds harsh, but I really don't care. Nuke them. And so what am I going to do now? I'm going to actually take a potential for a girl that could be a girlfriend, could be a wife, could be the mother of my children, could be a girl I fuck. I'm going to ruin that because of these people that aren't giving me money or sucking my dick or being my friend. They're nothing to me. So I'm going to let them ruin a potential amazing life circumstance. Fuck no, I'm not.
Also, most people, like, they're not like in these levels. Like they're in like lower levels of victimhood often, where they're not like making money or like finding a new mate or like these sort of like moments where they're winning, right? And then they're seeing like you or someone step up, and like no one wants to see that. They want their victimhood. They want to feel like, oh, I couldn't like
Yeah.
you couldn't just walk up to a chick and,
Yep.
nobody wants to like see somebody getting paid more money than them in front of them or, winning in front of them like that. It like shocks.
I hope I hope this guy hears this, but we have a guy on the Miami boot camp this coming weekend, and on the call he was essentially saying what?
Oh, it's been an hour.
Oh, okay. It's been an hour?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. No, I'm kidding. I'm on a roll. We had there's a guy on the Miami boot camp this weekend who on the call, he ended up, I ended up taking this call. I forget what you were doing, but I decided he DM'd me. That's why I was like, just call me. So he basically was telling me that he feels hopeless. He just feels like totally hopeless. And I'm like, motherfucker, you need to get on this boot camp. And he's like, oh, well, I don't know about this, Dad. I have this thing. I'm like, listen to me. You ain't going to not feel hopeless in a year. What do you think is going to happen? You just wake up 365 times and like, I feel great now. No, you're going to be hopeless next year and the next year and the next year. So this motherfucker was like, you know what, dude, you're fucking right. I'm going to commit to this. He's booked. He's fucking ready to go. He's excited about Miami. I'm excited to work with him. Like, people need a break in fucking routine, right? They need a break in routine. We're changing these guys' lives. And so the tension of the approaches, the not going for it, the not approaching in general, the not going hard at life, you guys don't understand. I've seen, listen, I grew up in a very white trash town. I've been surrounded by white trash my whole life. It's funny how you can say white trash, but if I said black trash, I would get like, you can't say brown trash or black trash, but I can say white trash all day, which is true. These are white trash people, which are way worse than any other minority. I love minorities compared to white trash. The people I grew up in my fucking neighborhood, they are garbage people. I've been surrounded by them my whole life. I have seen so much failure. I've seen these guys since growing up as a child that are fucking 45, they're 50, they're fucking... Either they're alone or even worse, they're married to some bitch that hates them and they hate them and they're like barely even together. They smoke cigs, which are way worse than Jules. They're just severe alcoholics. They're fat. They're super unsatisfied. They're constantly complaining about their life. And when they were 20, when they were 15, when they were 10, when they were 5 years old, they never thought it was going to be this way. And then when they were 35, they probably thought, I'm going to clean it up one of these days. I'm going to like, you always think you're going to clean it up. You're not. You're not going to clean it up. If your life sucks right now, you're not going to clean it up. Like, you have to learn from people who have done it already. That's the only way to do it. I just paid $6,000 for this fucking business coach. And could I have maybe gotten a lot of the information online for free and whatever? Like, sure, I don't know. I don't care. Like, I paid this guy $6,000 because he's done it. This business coach has like gone through, I think he's gone through like crazy bankruptcies. He has like this crazy kind of, he's had all this insane shit happen to him where previous businesses have failed, all this stuff. And, I want to learn from that guy, right? I have had countless nights of no success in the field, of coming really close, going home, sipping on fucking kava tea, and just like with the spinning lights in the old living room over there, and just thinking like, what the fuck? Like, why? It was so close. The friend came up. I did start talking to her a lot. Then that other guy was involved over there.
You do that.
And if I would have just merged her with the friend and talked to them both, then I could have, I should have, You want to know one of the most savage polls I've ever had?
Sure.
I don't think I've ever talked about this.
Let's do it.
Dude. Oh, if you made it this far in the podcast, congratulations. Congratulations. Like fucking... You are about to get a fucking, and I've done it several times since, but the first time I ever did it was literally just, what do I do? Easily the hottest girl over at 4th Street Bar of this night. Like just super hot. To the point where at this stage of my game, I almost was like, that's not even in my realm. You know? Whoa. Like at the stage where I was at that time, it was almost like, I'll do it because she's hot. But like no belief even that I really could fuck this girl. So I start gaming her friend. It's like a 2-set at a high top. And I'm gaming, I'm having fun. I do feel like I'm getting some interest from the girl now, right? And this is, while I'm sober and everything. And I was probably about 26 maybe at the time, 25, 26. And it's going like pretty well, right? But then just things happen. Either like their friends come up or like I go off and game other girls, whatever. We end up kind of splitting off. Now it's getting near the end of the night, and I had some other ones where I was close, right? You know, I was close, but then they're slipping through my fingers and stuff. And now the bar is really starting to empty out, but the hottie is still there. She's still there, and she is talking to this guy. And I'm like, she's just going to go home with that guy, you know, like, I guess they're doing their thing, whatever. And again, it's not even in the realm that I really could fuck this girl at that time. It's like it's not that she was even going to be the hottest I've ever fucked, but it's just her quality was not common for me at that time. So I see her talking to this guy, and I'm like, this guy's like better looking than me, all this stuff, you know, defeating thoughts. And so it's like a message, like I'm so tuned into the game gods that it was like a message from fucking Odin himself to go do this. And so this is what I did. I go up and we'll call her Vanessa. I go up and I'm like Vanessa, and she's like, hey, and he's like looking at me, and I go, bro, can I talk to you for a quick second? And he's like, yeah, and I like pull him away, and then she's like, what the fuck? And I go, listen, man, I swear to God, like I'll let you keep talking to her in just a minute. It's just like, this is my ex-girlfriend. I just want to like say hi to her. I haven't seen her in a while. I want to say bye to her, you know, whatever. And he's like, yeah, you're good. And he goes back over to like his boys, right? And then I go up to her. And then I continue gaming. She's like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, I lied to him and told him that you're my ex. She's dying. Yeah. I'm like, I told him that you're my ex-girlfriend and whatever. And then I start like, and I'm like, baby, I want you back. And now we're like role playing that and all this stuff. And I just straight up, like her friend then comes up and she's like, I want to leave. And I didn't just say like a name that starts with A, right? No, I didn't say her name clearly. Okay, good. And so the friend comes up and she goes, and she's like, I want to leave. And she just goes, she's like, do you want to come with us? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So then I just fucking, I like kind of like, this part of the bar is still kind of packed, so I grab my girl's hand, just lead them out. We go back to their place, and at this time, actually, I did not smoke weed in a really long time, but they started passing a bong around, and then I did hit the bong, and I got way too high, and I start just like, I'm like sitting weird, and like all this shit, you know, I got way too high, but I did end up fucking her, and it was amazing, and it was high sex, and it was great. And I did that because I wasn't ready to succumb to this obstacle, which was this new dude, right? There's a part of me that's like, I already have something with her. Earlier in the night, it was like decent with her. Let me just go try this thing. And so that's a great way that you guys could also try to dismantle a situation where a guy's maybe about to pull your girl. And I've done that several times since. Not always with success. Sometimes the girl ends up not coming home with me, whatever. But it's been something I've done over the years. So we'll wrap up the podcast with that. Again, congratulations if you made it this far and you got that gold. You guys rock. Sign up for Online Game Decoded. I'm going on a date tonight with this beautiful baddie, and I've had 6-ish dates and had sex with like 3 new girls. I don't like putting that kind of stuff out there anymore. I can't be talking about like how many girls I'm fucking.
You're just excited though.
I'm just happy. I'm motivated. I'm excited. I'm drooling. I'm glad we didn't even talk about it for a second, because I'll wrap up by just talking about it. I just had a dark month. And so now that I'm coming out of it, and I knew during it, this is going to be my Christian Bale moment. I knew I was going to come out of it stronger. I knew it. I knew I was going to come out better and stronger and fucking with more fortitude. And I did. Now I'm going to revenge fuck. No, I'm kidding. So I'm joking. This is comedy. If you're listening to this and you're a radical SJW, this is all comedy. None of this is true. It's all fiction. All right. Love you guys. Sign up for the mastermind, evolutiondailymastermind.com. Sign up for Online Game Decoded. You should just send me like $1,000 and I'll send you $1,000 worth of courses. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a $1,000 grab bag. Venmo Aaron the God, AARON the God. Venmo me $1,000 and I'll send you like a grab bag of $1,000 worth of courses that I think would be best for you. Venmo me the $1,000, email me that you just Venmo'd me, and then be like, so this is everything I struggle with, this is where I'm at, whatever. You'll get a 1-hour call with me, and you'll get the programs I think will be best for you, valued up to $1,000. And Venmo me 20 if you want. Venmo me anything. Venmo me, if you guys Venmo me $30, I'll give Alpha Chad 15 of that. So Alpha Chad will now be able to eat another day. I will be grateful to you. Just Venmo us money. Can I just start saying that? Instead of like, hey, take a boot camp or whatever, can I just say like Venmo me money? I'm gonna post that on Facebook today. I'm gonna post Venmo me $30 to Aaron the God on Venmo. Just Venmo me $30, and Alpha Chad will get 15 of that. Yeah, that's about it. Love you guys. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, on your Apple podcast. Please. All right, see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.